Hey, Digital Circus fans. If you don't know me, I'm the guy who said, and I quote, "So what if the movie was the leak? The fact that none of you can see June 19th will be different is honestly embarrassing. If I'm wrong, I'll sell all my Digital Circus merch, delete everything, leave the country, and never show my face online again." So, to be honest, I couldn't part ways with the Jax or Pomni, but I sold everything else, as you can tell. And bro, what are you doing showing that fake ass tweet? You didn't say that. I didn't say that? Of course not, dude. You're not that stupid. You made it up literally for this one bit. What you said was, "Ooh, and for the record, I am not claiming that we will get a different ending on the 19th. That's not what I'm claiming. I'm not claiming that. I'm not touching dates anymore. Ew, dates creep me out. Ew, they're weird. I don't like dates anymore, okay? I am claiming there's multiple endings. I'm not claiming how we get them. I'm claiming that there's multiple endings. Do not clip me out of context, please. If you're gonna clip me saying that I know there will be multiple endings. I don't know when or how that happens. Well, then why did I sell all my stuff? Dude, you didn't sell your stuff. I didn't sell all my stuff? No, dude, you moved and you haven't packed yet. That's cool. Well, then I guess it's time to address the elephant in the room. Juanito, what's up, man? How you been? Happy Father's Day. Yeah, thank you. Thank you. How's Rosita and Juanito Jr.? Good? I'm glad to hear it. Hold on one second. Why did nobody wish me a happy Father's Day? Sorry, if this is your first impression of me, you can have a seat. I'll be with you in a minute. I'm talking to the rest of the community. By now you all know that I have 2 daughters and I love them so very much. Look at the cute art they make me. And at the very least you knew that I have my little doggy Toba Fox. Where is he? Okay, I went to go find him and he was sleeping in my bed and I didn't want to wake him up for the bit. So here, look at my son.
Look at my son.
And if you've ever looked at me and thought,
Daddy, sir.
Or maybe you saw me claiming something insane like The Leak's Not the Movie and thought,
Daddy, chill.
What the hell is even that?
Whichever it is, I feel like I'm owed a happy Father's Day. Making a complete what of myself? That's not the elephant? Don't tell it to Juan. Apologize? A bingo card? Okay, I'm sorry, whose idea was this? Mine? When I thought I was right? Oh. Yeah, that sounds like me. All right, well, I did make this entire bingo card for myself in case I was wrong and I needed to make an apology video. So here's what I got right. And as you can see, not a lot of things. And so I filled out the apology form right here in front of you. And hey, you know, the media was right. He is done. Jax is trans. And I will admit I did think it was that deep. And I was jealous of the leak believers. And okay, I'll admit it, I thought I was him. But when it comes to MatPat, you guys got the wrong idea about me and him. You see, I don't want to be MatPat. I think MatPat was way too nice to you freak. I will hereby respect the leak believers. I will hereby respect the haters of my theories.
I will hereby respect the leak believers.
I will not talk down on the future haters of my theories. The point I'm trying to make is that by the time I'm done with you all, you'll be begging for MatPat to come back if you haven't been begging already. Because MatPat would never hit you with one of these media literacy pop quiz. Did Alex Rochon lie about Kane coming back in episode 9? Let's look at the tapes.
I can only imagine, though, that Kane will not be gone for too long. Maybe, maybe not, who knows?
You'll have to wait and see.
I'll have to wait and see. 3 months.
Because I know everybody's been asking, but it's like...
Oh, yeah, no, yeah, NDAs and whatnot, yeah.
All I can say is Kane is dead.
All right, you've seen it. Now lock in your answer. 3, 2, 1. If you said yes, you're wrong, baby. If anything, Alex Rochon's answer here was perfect for the scenario. He was asked a question he couldn't answer given his non-disclosure agreement by Glitch. The show set up the premise that Kane had just died. So Alex Rochon saying all I can say is Kane is dead is not saying Kane died definitively, he's never coming back. It's saying the show has set up the premise that Kane is dead, and I cannot contradict what the show is saying due to my own contracts as a voice actor. So I don't know why people are getting all upset online and putting it in videos saying that he lied. It makes no sense to me, man. And I guess the point I'm trying to make is this. If you are here hoping that I was going to give some grand apology, I already made a video after the movie came out. And since then, my analysis hasn't changed at all. I have always said that I believe the Amazing Digital Circus has multiple endings, that this ending that we saw, remember, is the good ending, as in the escape the circus adventure for the audience, and that there will be another ending out there that we most likely will have to find ourselves. I'm not waiting on some date to happen in the future from some announcement happening. I have seen enough now to believe that there is an ARG that we will have to solve that will lead us to multiple endings. And I know that a lot of people will say that this is cope and that my theories were wrong. And so it's just some guy who's mad that his theories were wrong and he hated the ending, and so he's gonna make something up just for clicks and views. I didn't check that box. I don't do any of this for clicks and views. And I know this opinion is so unpopular that it wouldn't make sense. I could just go play Deltarune or do something else if I really didn't care. I liked episode 9. There are parts of it that I felt very emotional with. But I'm gonna say something that I know will resonate with a lot of you. Episode 9 felt really good while you're watching it. There's a lot of lessons to be learned, and I'll definitely be making videos in the future about the parts that I like about it. But after I dried all my tears and I went home and I thought a lot about the ending, I got this kind of emotional hangover. Like, it didn't feel quite right. And then the more I started thinking about all of the different things that happened in episodes 1 through 8, it just didn't really add up with what episode 9 did. There's videos out there talking about all the plot points that were missed. References to Chekhov's gun, where every plot point must be necessary in a story. And we praised Gooseworks' ability to tell a really cool story in episodes 1 through 8, and then it just all fell flat. And I'm not talking about people who didn't like it. I am talking to the people that enjoyed it like I did. And the reason why I know is because Glitch curated that feeling. The exact same way that Glitch curated the feeling of being uncomfortable in episode 7 during Kane's Escape the Circus adventure for the cast, through dozens and dozens of animation inconsistencies and errors, through slight overacting from the cast, and plenty of other tricks that I'm sure they employed very intentionally to hit a subliminal space in our minds that we could not perceive why we were feeling so uncomfortable. They did the most obvious thing, and we were still shocked by it, which is why I believe that they did this exact same thing in episode 9 for us, the audience, who has always played an important part in the show, whether or not we've really realized it. But instead of being uncomfortable, it was almost too much emotion. It was an emotional, overwhelming feeling constantly to make us forget about everything that the characters set up right before this episode. And one of the reasons why I believe it's proven to be the same power of the good ending as episode 7 is because in episode 9, there are plenty of animation inconsistencies as well that people have already noticed, that they've called out on Twitter, and that Gooseworks even responded to one of them. Look at the scenes and you will find many of them similar to episode 7, and those are not accidental. Those are intentional, and some of them take way more animation work to do than to not do. And anyone with any sort of animation experience would tell you that unequivocally. And so, nothing has changed in my mind. But I'm not here to try to convince anyone. I'm just laying out the facts. And in fact, I don't want you to believe me. Because I always felt kind of uncomfortable when people said that they believed in me, that the leaks were real or not real. The reason why I was saying it is because I had done the work to look into the show and see all of the intricate details and themes. And that's what I want everybody else to do. What I want is for you to go and look at the show and see for yourself so that you don't have to believe me about any of this. Because I don't need believers at this point. We're past that. Many people will move on from the Amazing Digital Circus, and that's fine. If you think I'm crazy, then that's okay. I'm not here for you. I'm here for the people that hear these words and are interested in what I'm saying, and they want to learn more, and that are willing to help me to do the work to chase down trails that I believe will lead us to at least one, but probably multiple endings. Because now is not the time for believers. Now is the time for doers. And even if you don't know how to help, I'm going to be making videos as I make progress on this, and I'll probably do some streams. And in those videos, I'll give instructions for those that are willing on what they can do to help, because every single person can help. There is way more here than I could possibly do by myself. I promise. I'm way too worried that they have been planning this literally since the beginning, and that what I've seen so far is just the tip of the iceberg. And I'm not gonna promise that we are gonna find something. I do believe we will find something, but I'm not gonna promise this, okay? What I can promise is that we will have a lot of fun while doing it. And that for all the haters that are out there right now, how many of them do you think are going to stay haters when we show up with a new episode of the Amazing Digital Circus? So I just have one last thing to say to all of you. Play the games, ignore the pains, because all that remains is how you prime your brains. You whine to me, but you're too blind to see that I'm the one who's running the show! Cringe? Yeah. See ya. Hey everyone, I'm a pirate. Arg, get it? ARG? Anyway, thanks to my paid Patreon members for supporting my antics and allowing me to say things like el boble unabashedly. Porque me gusta el boble. ¿Bobel? Sí. La bubble, su primo. El boble, vamos! And remember, Northpack, if you stay wild, you stay free. Adios.